Let's look a bit at the structure of the leaf, and then there would be a little quiz at the end for you to see if you can answer all of them. So let's look at this plant. Leaves are like the food factories of a plant. They use a special process called photosynthesis to make food. Do you know what plants take in during photosynthesis and what is produced? If you look at this picture, you can see carbon dioxide is being taken in. Where does the plant get carbon dioxide? When we breathe out. Did you just breathe out? That is carbon dioxide that the plant takes in. And then it produces oxygen, what we then again breathe in. There you got a lot of oxygen to breathe in to help you survive. So the word photosynthesis means putting together with the light. And so plants use sunlight, water from the soil, and carbon dioxide from the air to make a type of sugar called glucose, which is the food for the plant. And if we eat the plant, that's food for us. So that is the main product during photosynthesis. And luckily for us, oxygen was just like a great byproduct that we breathe in. So leaves need to be adapted for this function. How are they specifically adapted? So they are broad and flat so they can catch as much light as possible. Think of your hand. If your hand was like very tiny and slim, would you be able to catch a ball? No. You need to open it as broad as possible to catch a ball. They have a thin shape, which means carbon dioxide can reach all the cells quickly. Do you know by which method it goes into the plants? If you've heard of diffusion, or if you thought of diffusion, you are correct. Inside the leaf, there are lots of chloroplasts. That's a very important organelle, especially in the top part of the leaf, where most of the photosynthesis is going to occur. So the chloroplasts, that organelle that we talked about, there it is. That is how it looks. It's only found in plant cells. So plant cells contain this organelle. And that's where photosynthesis happens. So if you see this picture, you can also see the color. It's green. The chloroplast contains a green pigment. And what do we call that green pigment? Any guesses? Chlorophyll, if you thought about that. Fantastic. So chlorophyll is what gives plants their green color. And the chlorophyll is also responsible for absorbing the sunlight so the plant can make their own food. So again, how are plants adapted? Let's look a little bit at that. They have stomata. It's like tiny holes found underneath the leaf where carbon dioxide will enter and oxygen will leave the plant. There's also veins in the leaf that carry the substances to and from the rest of the plant where it needs to go. Now we'll dive a little bit deeper into each structure in a leaf. Now we'll dive a little bit deeper into each structure in a leaf. Now the waxy cuticle there on top, it protects the leaf from infection and from losing too much water because then it will like dehydrate and die. So it's also transparent. Why do you think it needs to be transparent? Because what needs to enter the plant? What needs to enter the leaf? Sunlight. So it doesn't want anything, the plant doesn't want anything to block the sunlight. That is why the waxy cuticle is transparent. So it doesn't block the sunlight from reaching the cells underneath. There's the upper epidermis. It's thin, transparent again, so that nothing blocks the sunlight. Layer that also helps to protect the leaf and less light through to the cells underneath. Palisade mesophyll cells, they are packed closely together, which helps them absorb as much sunlight as possible. So this layer at the palisade mesophyll is full of chloroplast, that little circles that you can see there, making it the main site for photosynthesis. The spongy mesophyll is a little bit like irregular shaped or has large openings between them, air sac spaces, that lets the carbon dioxide and oxygen move easily between the cells. It also helps with gas exchange. Now, the lower epidermis, remember the tiny holes that we have there that allows gaseous exchange to occur, that's now going to leave, that is going to allow carbon dioxide to leave the plant? If you said stomata, you are correct. So there is the stomata, the guard cells at the bottom of the leaf in the lower epidermis. So the stomata are the tiny holes that's going to control the carbon dioxide and the oxygen and water vapor to leave. And the guard cells is like this tiny cells that's going to control the opening and the closing of the stomata. And very important, they are kidney shaped. Here's how they look. When the guard cells swell, when they have now lots of water in them, they swell, they open the stomata, and when they shrink, they close them. This controls the amount of carbon dioxide entering the leaf and the oxygen leaving it. So when you hear the term vascular bundle, you need to think of the xylem and the phloem. So the vascular bundle contains the xylem, which brings water to the leaf, and the phloem, which carries glucose, the sugar, away to other parts of the plant, the food that the plants need. So what is the difference between the phloem and the xylem? Now, photosynthesis needs glucose. It needs the sugar made in the leaves, and it needs to now transport it to the rest of the plant where it needs it. Now, phloem, it moves the sugar in both directions where it is needed in the plant. The xylem carries water and minerals from the roots in the soil up to the rest of the plant. It only moves in one direction. So just to recap, xylem carries water, H2O, one way upwards. So just to recap, xylem carries water, H2O, one, and phloem. The phloem carries the food, the glucose, the sugar, both ways, upwards and downwards, to where the plants need it. So now let's see what you've learned during today's lesson. So now let's see what you've learned during today's lesson. What do you think is the main function of the leaf? What do you think is the main function of the leaf? What do you think is the main? If you say it to make food, to produce oxygen, to make food using photosynthesis, you are correct. If you, what gas do plants take in during photosynthesis? What gas do plants take in during photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide, what we breathe out. And what is also the byproduct of like fossil fuels and gases that comes out of our cars that use fossil fuels. So CO2 there, that is what's being taken in by plants. Which organelle contains the pigment chlorophyll? What was that pigment again? Was it the mitochondria or was it the chloroplast? I hope you got this correct, chloroplast, because you've heard it a lot today. I hope you got this correct, chloroplast, because you've heard it a lot today. I hope you got... So can you name 4 ways in which a leaf is adapted for photosynthesis? So can you name 4 ways in which a leaf is adapted? So that first one is what I always remember: large surface area to absorb more sunlight, thin so that gases can diffuse quickly. Another one that was usually my third one, it contains a lot of chloroplast with chlorophyll. And number 4 is stomata for gaseous exchange. I also like the one like transparent upper epidermis. Why would it be transparent? To let sunlight through so that photosynthesis could occur. So thank you for listening for today's lesson. If you liked it, please like it, please comment, and please share it. And please subscribe to this channel. It will help me a lot. Goodbye, and it is free. Bye again.